Masters athletes taking the next step, right? Don't weaken, right? We're working hard not to weaken. Unfortunately, time is catching up with us and it's going to get us all, but not today. Not today, weakness, right? I'm in the 50 to 54 division. I'm still going hard. Matter of fact, I stepped up my game lately and I've made a couple videos, and I've had some Masters athletes reach out to me privately talking about wanting to get more competitive, or they're already competitive and they want to like start making it to some of these qualification processes through the Open, quarterfinals, semifinals, games, Legends, Masters Fitness Collective, whatever it is. And so I've had some people reach out to me about, what do I do for training, and can I point them in the right direction for training programs or coaching, etc. So I thought I would just talk a little about it today. And basically, I'm going to put a link in the description to a video I did way back that talks about the difference between working out and training, okay? You need to know the difference between working out and training. So you're probably going, what the fuck is he talking about? Watch the video. I'm going to give you the world's shortest version right here. But basically, if you're working out, what that means to me, right? This is the Old Guy Inc. definition of these things. If you're working out, which is great, that means you're just going to CrossFit class. Like, you're going to class, you're doing the workout of the day, you're following the program that they have set for you, and that's it. How many days a week you hit it obviously is up to you, but you're not necessarily following a very specific or well-rounded, comprehensive program. You're following, you know, the simple methodology of CrossFit, which works to get people fit. It's phenomenal, which you can get done in an hour class and programming, and people have proven that year after year. However, CrossFit, as it has continued to progress over the years, you simply cannot do all the things you need to do, work on all your weaknesses, refine all your strengths, get in your technique work, proper warm-up, mobility, cool down, accessory work, strength, metabolic conditioning. You just can't get that in a 1 hour class. These class programming, like I talk about, is designed specifically to meet the needs of a large group of people, and that's what we love about CrossFit, right? You can go there with your neighbor, your brother, your sister, your mom, your uncle, somebody who's out of shape, somebody who's been to the games. You guys can all do this 1 hour class together and get a great workout. So if that's the level of fitness that you're at, if you're just trying to gain fitness from the couch, or you're trying to just maintain a base level of fitness, right? CrossFit programming in your average CrossFit class is phenomenal. I think it's the best that there is out there, okay? But I do believe that you need to train more than work out if you want to get to the next level. And so once again, briefly, what I mean by training is just a lot more comprehensive, right? So when you go to class programming, normally you may or may not have a quick strength component, and then you run a Metcon. And the Metcons are awesome. They're normally fairly short duration, high intensity, just like CrossFit programming should be. The problem is you don't get a lot of volume normally in a class Metcon. Normally you're doing a triplet, a couplet, a couple rounds for time, something interval style, and you don't get a lot of time, let's say, working on pull-ups, working on handstand push-ups, working on toes to bar, working on improving your barbell cycling and doing lots of reps, and working on technique. These things are a lot harder to do in the class setting. You normally are just running a fairly quick Metcon. If you do your math, the numbers and the weights normally aren't super large, right? And volume, unfortunately, and intensity both have to be met together. So intensity is great, but intensity isn't everything if you're trying to train, get stronger, faster, increase your gymnastics, work on your metabolic conditioning, your strength, all the components of fitness. You need to be training. So what does that mean to me? It means you need more than an hour. Okay, you're going to have to train more than an hour a day and spend more time making sure that you're getting in volume in your training. In class programming, you can very, very, very frequently go weeks where you'll be like, man, we haven't done toes to bar like in a couple weeks. And then you'll have a really fun, cool, awesome workout with toes to bar, just to use toes to bar as an example. But then you might go a week, 2 weeks, you never see toes to bar again. Then maybe you miss a class that happened to have toes to bar. And now it's another week until the programming. Next thing you know, I've been doing CrossFit since 2007, and I've done tons of class programming over the years. And I'm telling you, the amount of times that I'll sit back and go, man, I haven't worked on this for so long. And I'm like, what the heck? Why aren't we doing that? And then I'll look back in the programming and I'll realize, oh no, we did do it on that Tuesday. We did it on that Saturday, but I missed both those days coincidentally in that month. And next thing you know, I'll find out, man, I haven't done this for a very long time. So in training, as opposed to working out, that's when you are really focused on making sure you have a set plan, that you're getting in all the volume you need day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, so that you don't turn around and say to yourself, man, I used to be halfway decent at this, but now I feel like I just haven't really been doing it. Like, man, haven't done wall balls in a long time. Maybe your class programming, they are focusing on something else. And so all of a sudden their programming doesn't call for wall balls for a long period of time. And then all of a sudden you want to do a competition and you're like, man, my wall balls suck. Okay, so hopefully you get the idea. Go to the description, hit the link, watch my video where I explain way more in depth the difference between working out and training. Because if you want to take your fitness, your competitive fitness to the next level, I don't care if you're 50 to 54, 35 and over. I don't care if you're 65 and over, okay? You are not gonna get away with 1 hour class programming. And no matter how good your gym is, they don't have the time to program in all the specific work you need to work on accessories, to build those muscle groups, to work on technique, high advanced gymnastic skills. I mean, these things take time, repetition, and volume, and you just can't get them in the way you need to every week in a class programming where you're trying to run 12 to 20 people through a class every 60 minutes. So whether that's good news or bad news to you, here's what I'm telling you. I don't care if you're a master's athlete or if you're 20 years old. If, and I'm saying if, your goal is to take it to the next level, if whatever level you're at, you're like, man, I want to step up my game. I want to get to this next level of competition. I want to reach this tier. Whatever that is, what I'm telling you is the people that you're competing against who are also wanting to make it to that level, they are dedicating time. So what does that mean? I will tell you what it means for me. I happen to currently follow CrossFit Mayhem Masters programming. I think it's phenomenal. I love it. It's very comprehensive. It is, I mean, yes, some days it might be as little as 90 minutes, but some days it's 3 to 4 hours. It's normally broken up into multiple sessions. I mean, you have to commit and you have to put in the time. So if you're still working full time, I'm telling you right now, it's going to be really, really hard to do everything you need to do to be highly competitive. It does not mean you can't do it. It just means you're going to have to pick and choose those workouts in the day when there's 4 hours worth of working out. You can't do that. You're going to have to pick and choose what you need. But if you are lucky enough, say like myself, I work for a school district, so I have my summers off. I still teach summer school. I work part-time. I still coach, but I have a lot of extra time. And so during the summer, specifically, I have committed to this programming and I work out 2 times a day. Thursdays and Sundays are like active recovery days. So Sundays I'm swimming. Thursdays are always a lactic acid flusher, 30 to 45 minute workout, low to moderate intensity. So, I mean, I'm working out 7 days a week, on average 2 to 3.5 hours a day. I've only hit like 4 hours, like maybe once or twice during some high volume days. But I mean, man, it's work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of commitment. So there's no easy answer or there's no easy fix, but there is an easy answer, I guess. And the easy answer is you don't have to kill yourself. You do not have to be lifting crazy heavy weights. You're not trying to keep up with the 20-year-olds. but you do need to do more than class programming if you want to take it to the next level. And of course, that's why, even though I've been CrossFitting since 2007, I've owned 3 affiliates, I've been coaching since 2008 until this day today, I still go to somebody else for my programming. It's just easier for me to be told what to do. Could I do my own programming? Absolutely. Do I have the time and energy to sit down and write out specific cycles and programs throughout a season, throughout a year? Maybe, I guess I do have the time, but I don't have the energy. I don't want to do that. There are experts in the field. There are people who do this for a living now. The Mayhem programming in particular, which they don't sponsor me. I'm not telling you that's what you should do. I'm just saying that's what I happen to know because that's what I'm currently doing. The programming is phenomenal. It's well thought out. It's very comprehensive. I don't know. I don't ever sit around and feel like, oh man, I haven't done that for a while. I feel like we're always doing things. The volume is good. The strength is good. It goes through. And so it's meant specifically for my age group, right? And I feel comfortable that the people doing the programming understand my age group. Then within that, there are 4 different tracks. Whether you're trying to do the best you can do in the CrossFit Open, maybe you know that you're going to make it to the quarterfinals. Okay, so then there's programming for that. If you know you're going to make it to the semifinals, there's programming for that. And if you think you have a chance to go to the games, there's programming for that. So every day, the programming is very similar, but there are different tracks that you can kind of individualize based on where you are in that process. So if you just want to be as good as you can be in the Open, okay, there's a track for you there. But even then, it requires more work than you can do in your class program. So there you have it, guys. Masters, let's come together. Let's not weaken. Let's fight the weakening. Let's work together, right? Let's share information. What program are you using, Masters? Let me know. I told you what I'm using. I'd love to hear what else is out there. I guarantee you there's other people out there that want to hear what else is out there, right? Not everybody's, oh, I don't need to do Mayhem. Everyone's doing Mayhem. Hey, I'm doing it. I love it. I guarantee you, though, there are lots of other very high-profile training programs out there that are tried and true. They've been around for a while. They cater to masters. I suggest you look them up. Most of them have at least a free week trial. A week's a long time. If you do a full week of programming, you don't understand the whole cycle, the whole methodology, their whole year-long approach, but you get a decent idea of what you can expect. So, there it is. That's Old Guy Inc. 2 cents. Please watch the video that I have linked in the description. Make sure you understand the difference between working out and training, because even I can do this. I get caught up sometimes in working out, just going to the gym. I love competing. I run the workouts of the day. I check the leaderboard, and I get kind of wrapped up in just basically competing within class. And that's a whole nother world from competing against the world, competing on bigger stages, bigger competitions, trying to make it to the next level. Even if your next level is just, I want to kick ass in the Open this year. I want to improve by X amount of spots in the Open next year. If you have that goal and you've really taken it seriously, I suggest you look into alternative programming. Not to say that you can't keep going to your gym and that you can't keep doing your class workouts, but you're going to need to supplement with more stuff. So there you have it. Like always, I mumble. I just keep talking a lot. Hit me up in the comments. Please let me know what you're doing. Send us some links and let's get some conversation going, Masters. Thanks, guys. And hit subscribe. Do me a favor. Hit subscribe. It doesn't hurt you, but it does help me. Appreciate it.